Hi, it's Josephine, Exit Realty United. How are you today? So today I'm going to give you the 11 steps, my 11 steps to home ownership. All right, 11 steps to home ownership. So these are all very important things that you need to do to get the keys to your American dream. Okay, first thing you should do is when you start thinking about buying a home is build up your savings. Okay, you need to make a budget. Figure out what your budget is for your housing expense, your car expense, all your living expenses, and try and make a budget to build up a savings. All right, there's a lot of great programs out that will benefit a first-time home buyer, like FHA mortgage or VA mortgage. An FHA mortgage, you can do a low down payment and include your closing costs. So you could do just a 3.5% down and include your closing costs in the mortgage, but we'll get to that. VA loan is no money down, but you still will need some money to go to contract. Okay, so this is important. Figure out your budget and start building up your savings. Next thing you should do is check your credit, okay? Run your free annual credit report and see what's on it and find out what your credit score is, all right? To buy a house, you need a very good credit score to get a mortgage. Minimum, absolute minimum would be a 620, and that's kind of low. You want to have above 620, even above 700, because the higher your credit score, the better your interest rate will be, okay? High balances on credit cards bring down your credit score. Lots of credit cards bring down your credit score. Late payments bring down your credit score. Student loans, if you have student loans, it's very important to pay your student loans on time, all right? All these kinds of things either bring up or bring down your credit score. So this is important. The next thing is, when you're ready and you think your credit is good and you have a little savings, find a lender. Most people find their lender through the bank that they do their banking with, which is fine. At least get a pre-approval. And a lender who's knowledgeable, a person who works for the bank who's knowledgeable and will guide you through the process, and someone who's experienced. You want someone who's going to help you and educate you on the mortgage process, all right? The next step, which I love, find a realtor, okay? So you have to decide where you want to purchase your home, what town, what area, what's important to you, schools, shopping, public transportation. What is it that you are looking for in a neighborhood? Maybe you're retiring, maybe you want to move to a 55 and over community, or you're just starting your new family and you're a first-time home buyer. So you want a neighborhood that has schools with high scores. So once you've decided on your area that you want to buy your home, start looking on the internet. You can go on realtor.com or MLSLI.com, which is the multiple listing of Long Island's consumer website. And you can search for realtors in that area. There's other websites, homes.com, and search for realtors who have recommendations on there or a lot of listings. Another way to find a realtor is through recommendation, through maybe someone you know who bought a house before in that area recently, or someone they've dealt with in the past. And again, you want someone who's experienced, knows what they're talking about, lives in the area or knows the area very well, and can educate you on the amenities of the neighborhood. Maybe the parks, the schools, the library, the shopping, whatever it is, the post office. Your realtor should know all those items that are in the area that you're looking for. So once you have found your realtor, you sit down with that person and let them know what your needs and wants are, okay? Go over the list. Your realtor should have a very good idea of the questions to ask you. What are your needs and what are your wants? Because that's going to determine the price of the home, all right? Do you want 3 bedrooms? Maybe you have a family of 4 or 5. Do you need 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms? Are you going to need a mother-daughter setup? Are you going to need a legal 2-family? Are you going to need a basement, a finished basement? Do you need a garage? Do you need a dining room, or do you just want a dining room? Do you need everything updated, or do you just want everything updated? So these are all items that you should discuss with your realtor so that they know what houses to bring you to show you, okay? And it will definitely narrow down the time period and the search time that you will be out looking at houses. The other thing is, try not to look at more than 4 houses in one outing. It becomes very confusing. Everything becomes a blur if you look at more than 4 houses. And bring a notebook, take notes. If the homeowner will allow it, ask their permission. You can take a video or take photos at the houses. And that will help also when you go back home that evening and discuss and look over everything you saw. Once you've seen a house that you like, your realtor should ask you, do you like this? Would you be interested in making an offer? So here's the next step. Make an offer, okay? Now, making an offer is an important step. It depends on the market that you're in. The current market that we are in, while I'm making this video, is we are in what's called a seller's market, okay? In a seller's market, there really is no room for negotiation, or hardly any room for negotiation. So if a house is priced accurately and correctly according to the market conditions, and you like it, you want to make an offer, I would highly suggest that you ask your broker what their advice is. Should we give them the asking price, or above? In a seller's market like we're in right now, homes are going for way above the asking price. So my suggestion is, in this kind of a market, a seller's market, give your best offer if you see a house that you like, okay? If you're in a regular moderate market, then you can negotiate a little bit. Rule of thumb for me is within 5% of the asking price, not less than that, not more than that, actually. So, and then if you're in a buyer's market, well, if that's the case, then you can get some really great deals, okay? You can make offers like crazy. So you're making the offer, and your offer got accepted, and that's wonderful, okay? The very next thing you should do is the home inspection. Now, you're going to need a licensed home inspector. You can go by recommendations, again, from someone who may have bought a home recently and used a home inspector, or you can ask your realtor for some recommendations for licensed home inspectors. And your home inspector should do the termite inspection along with their inspection and give you that document that the home is free of termites, because you're going to need that for the bank and for the mortgage. Just a side note here about home inspections. I wouldn't suggest going into a home inspection thinking that it could be a negotiation tool, okay? That's not the purpose of a home inspection. If you're gonna go into a home inspection thinking that you're gonna find something wrong and renegotiate the price, chances are, especially in the market we're in right now, you're gonna lose the deal. So if there is something really major wrong with the house after you do your home inspection, then by all means, you're gonna have to make a decision whether you wanna renegotiate the price or walk away. But most of the time, the home inspection is for your own information, so that you're aware of what it is that you're buying in that house, okay? What the issues are, if there are any, and just for knowledge's purposes, okay? So that's the home inspection. The next thing that you should do, very important, is hire an attorney. Actually, you should really have the attorney while you're looking for homes, you should start looking for attorneys also, okay? Because when you make your offer, you have to be ready to go and give your attorney information. And again, for an attorney, try and get recommendations from someone who maybe a family member knows somebody, or someone bought a house, or your realtor can certainly recommend some good attorneys. Now, when you hire an attorney, please make sure that they specialize in real estate sales and contracts and closings. Don't hire an attorney who does other things like criminal law or elder care law or whatever, all right? Hire an attorney who does real estate, okay? Specializes in it. So you've done your home inspection, everything is good, you're ready to go to contract. The seller's attorney will send the contracts out to your attorney, and you will make an appointment with your attorney to go in there and sign and give your down payment, okay? Your down payment will be made out to the escrow account of the seller's attorney, and it will remain in their escrow account until the day of the closing, and then it will be used accordingly as whatever they need it for the closing, that money. So once you've signed contracts and given your deposit, the contracts are returned to the seller's attorney, and then the seller will go in and sign the contracts. At that point, you will have what's called a fully executed contract, okay? You will get a copy of your fully executed contract, and you have to use that for your bank. You're gonna give a copy of that to your bank to process the mortgage. And now the bank is gonna ask you for a lot of documents, a lot of information, and you will have to answer their questions, all right? Now, while you are in contract and the bank is processing your loan, here's an important tip, all right? Don't make any large purchases, okay, while you're in contract. Don't buy a car, don't buy a boat, don't open any new credit cards. Don't do anything that can affect your credit negatively, all right? Because it could mess you up and end up getting you turned down for the loan, all right? Especially if it's somebody who their credit is already borderline where you can affect your credit very negatively, all right? Don't do anything with your credit. Don't do anything. Don't even charge a lot of stuff. Just keep everything on the status quo, okay? Very important. And then, once you get your commitment from the bank, first they'll give you what's called a conditional commitment, which is conditions. And some of the conditions might be you need to get your homeowner's insurance. You need to give them a final bank statement, different things, all right? Things just to do before the closing day. Call the utility companies and tell the utility companies that you are going to be buying this house. The closing is in a couple of days. Give them the date, and I need the service switched over to my name. All right, that's one of the things. The other thing is you will be hearing from your attorney. They're going to let you know what you need to bring with you to the closing. Of course, your checkbook, a pen, and you might need to get some certified checks at the bank also. You also will be hearing from your real estate agent. And your real estate agent will arrange for you to go to the house and do what's called the final walkthrough. Okay? So the final walkthrough is just before closing, and you'll walk through the house and just check it out, make sure everything is the way it should be and the way you saw it when you went to contract, and there's no damage done since then. Now, if you do see something wrong, then you should contact your attorney, and your attorney will discuss it with the sellers at the closing and determine what should be done. Okay? Nothing is so terrible that it can't be resolved. So now you're at the closing day, and this is a very exciting day, especially for someone who's buying their house for the first time. So you'll go to wherever the office is. Sometimes it's at the lender's office, sometimes it's at one of the attorney's office. They usually have a conference room where they do that, and you'll see someone from the title company. You'll see someone from the bank. They send an attorney from the bank, from the lender, and it's your attorney and the seller's attorney. Your realtor will be there, and it takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do a closing. Buyer does a lot of signing and initialing, and once that's all done and the funds have been paid, you receive the keys to your new home, and you are living the American dream. Okay? So this is my steps to, I gave you the basic steps to buying a house. There's a lot of other little things that go in between there, but that's the basics for anyone who's thinking about buying a house in the near future or any time in the future. I hope this helps, and I hope it's not too boring or too long, but that's what it is. I hope to see everybody soon. If anyone has any questions about this, feel free to contact me. All right, 516-521-2256, and it's Josephine, Exit Realty United. Thanks, bye.